Welcome to today's blue anime video. In today's video, we're doing something a little differently. We're ranking every Pokemon Scarlet and Violet set that's come out so far, from Scarlet and Violet base to Destin Rivals, and we're even showcase the new Pokemon set Black Bolt, even though it's not out yet, showcasing the cards. We're going to rank these Pokemon sets from always buy to don't buy, with some cool cards, fun rip, great rip in between. Now, let's get right into it. We'll start off by ranking Scarlet and Violet base set. I'm going to put this into... It's the first set. It starts it off, so it's a little bit of biased. I'm going to put it in some cool cards, and here's why. Here we're on TCG Player, and here's some of the reasons why I put it in some cool cards. First off, we got the awesome God of War special illustration where this card's awesome. But it's only going for $35, so a little bit low end side for a chase card. Then we got this cool illustration rare, then the Drowsy card, which has been going down. This cool Drowsy card. This special illustration rare is pretty cool. The Riolu is cool. And this card, I have this in my collection. I've showcased in my short. I really like this special illustration rare. There's some cool cards in here, but nothing I would really say is great. This Slowpoke's cool illustration rare. There's a lot of solid cards, but nothing I would say great. So that's why we're ranking it as... putting it in some cool cards. I don't even know if I'm going to use the don't buy tier for Pokemon because it's 2025. And as you know, finding any Pokemon cards out in the wild is like hitting the jackpot, winning the lottery, stuff like that. So that's why I'm going to start off with some cool cards for Scarlet and Violet base just for that reason. If Pokemon cards were a little less hard to find, I'd probably put it in don't buy, but I think for now I'm put it in Scarlet and Violet. And next up on this ranking list, we're going to go in order of the way the list is set up. Pow Evolve. And I'm going to put it into Fun Rip. And here's why. What carries Pow Evolve so hard is this awesome, beautiful magic card. We're going for $134.20 on TCG Player. And this awesome magic carp has the great Gyarados in the background looking at it. The waterfall is a beautiful artwork. Then the next best card in the set is this awesome Iona, which is another great card art. And then this then we got the Raichu over here. Well, this card's awesome. Let me add that one to my collection. I did add this awesome Trantar to my collection. I picked that up at a card shop when I did some more trading. Some other cool illustration rares. A lot of cool illustration rares. This one's pretty cool, going for $10. Tropopus, going for $8. Boss orders about $8. A Pyroar, going for $8. This is a cool, beautiful illustration. I might need to buy that one for $6. Probably get like $5 on eBay. Page 2. Also, yeah, this special illustration rare right here. I pulled it in one of my shorts, so I have this in my collection. It's a very cool artwork. The Meowsa card. Forgive me if I pronounce any of these names wrong. As you know, I'm not very good at Pokemon names, but I try my best. I'm not good with people names either. Here's another Iona card. A lot of cool artworks, and that's why when you open this, it's always a fun rip. And that's why Pow Evolve is in fun rip. As I showed you, there's some cool cards with that special illustration, rare Magikarp, that awesome illustration rare Trantar and Raichu, and that's why I put it in a fun rip. It's a set I wouldn't necessarily be excited for really find on the shelves, but it's a set I'd buy a pack or two of, and that's why it's going in fun rip. And the next set we're ranking is Obsidian Flames, and it's going to go into some cool cards. And the reason is because of these three cards. This cool special illustration rare Charizard. Secondly, this gold Charizard. And third, this awesome Ninetales illustration rare. $13. Is this card gone down? Yeah, it was at a couple months ago on $18, and now it's down to $13. Seems like a very, very good price. I would pick that up for like $10 to $15. I think that card's gonna go up eventually. Then this awesome Cleffa illustration rare. Or was it special illustration rare? I don't know from this picture. I have this card in my collection, and it's a very beautiful card. Cleffa with the beautiful shooting star in the background. Those 4 cards really carry the set. And then there's also this cool Pidgeotto EX, another cool Charizard, that's a cool illustration rare, Gloom, Pidgey, this Houndour. I also have this one, very cool design, especially if you like dog-looking Pokemon. Lechonk, Lavatar, cool, Tyranitar here. But the reason I put this in only some cool cards is because look how cheap these cards are, like $2, $3, $4 cards. Cool Belly Bolt illustration. Belly Bolt illustration is only $2.74 plus shipping. That's a great deal. That card's awesome. I might buy that card. I said that about a lot of these. Looking at these sets, there's a lot of cheaper illustration rares, and that's why I put this in some cool cards, because the fact is there's a lot of cool cards in this set. And that's why it's in some cool cards. Now we're moving on to the big guns. The next one, 151. And obviously, we're putting it in don't buy. Just kidding. Always buy. 151 is my favorite set to open because of the beautiful artwork and this awesome Charizard. Charizard special illustration rare. Look at this Charizard. It's one of the reasons 151 is one of the great sets. Besides the fact it's the original 151 Pokemon, this Charizard illustration rare is one of the big grails of modern Scarlet and Violet sets, in my opinion. Then you got the Blastoise. You got the Venusaur. You got the Zapdos special illustration rares, the Charmanders, this awesome Squirtle illustration rare, which is a beautiful card too. The Charmander. Then the Alakazam special illustration rare. One thing I have seen is these cards are kind of going down over the last 6 months. This card was at $30. It's still at $30. I guess it's about the same. Still going for a good amount. This Charmeleon, this Bulbasaur. I picked this Bulbasaur up in Japanese or kanji for $10. In English is going for $28. Always a little bit surprised to see such a difference between English and Japanese. The Ivysaur, this Pikachu illustration rare, beautiful card. I got a graded version of that one. Great card. This Charizard Forward, the War Turtle illustration rare. You got the Dragonair, the Psyduck, the Poliwhirl, the Forward Mewtwo, the Blastoise. This set just goes on and on and on. That's why it's obviously in always buy. You could argue it's a great whip, since the fact is the biggest chase card in the set, which I'll go back to the first page, is going for $150 right now. And that's one of the reasons you could argue it's only in great whip, but since the fact is, if we always see 151, we're gonna buy it. And that's just the truth, for at least me anyway. And tell me in the comments if you disagree on the rankings of any of these Pokemon sets. We could spend a whole video just talking about how awesome 151 is, but we need to move on. Let's move on to next set in order. Paradox Rift. And this one, we're going to put into some cool cards, and here's why. This awesome Groudon carries this Paradox Rift set so hard. Groudon is one of the most beautiful artwork in all the Scarlet and Violet era, in my opinion. The volcanoes erupting with him in the middle just looks awesome. It's a fun chase. It's going for about $71, it says. The Rolling Moon's a pretty cool card with a bunch of other Pokemon in the background, going for like $37. This Garchomp is going for $27. A Steelix, nice cool Steelix. Very cool Steelix design, going for about $24. This Iron card going for about $21. This card going for about $23. A lot of cool designs. Those won't load for some reason. This cool bird, Iron Hands EX illustration rare going for $15. Tapu Koko EX going for about $15. Postnet Lady going for about $13. Joltik, it's cool. Joltik, $10. Like, there isn't a lot of high-end cards, but I would say what makes up for inexpensive cards, it has depth. A lot of just cool illustration rares that I would want to add to my Pokemon collection, and that's why I'm putting it into some cool cards. It's just like a set that I wouldn't necessarily say even in 2025 you would be that excited to find on the shelves. But I would definitely buy a pack or two. So I put in some cool cards. Next up, Pow Fates. And this one's going into always buy, like, if you find any of these sets, you're always going to buy them. That's why I'm tempted to put in always buy. And I think I'm going to. Pow Fates is one of the best sets because of the awesome Bubble Mew. The awesome Bubble Mew going for $210 is maybe my favorite card in all of Scarlet and Violet. This awesome Mew is one of the best cards in the set. Then you move on. You got Charizard going for $160. Then you got the shiny Pokemon. You got the God of War EX. You've got this awesome Ionis going for $35. Then you got the Pikachu shiny, Charmander shiny, Snorlax, Charmander, Mew EX shiny, forward. There's so many great cards. Raichu EX, Slowpoke, like all these awesome shinies that look insane. That's Powder and Fates, just one of those sets that if you see on the shelves, especially now, you're gonna buy it. And that's with me scrolling through these, showcasing the cards again, cements it. Powder and Fates, I would have to put it in always buy. I would still say I'd rather buy 151, even though the chase is less money. Just the fact is, I think Scarlet and Violet 151 is the deepest set altogether, because the illustration rares of all the 151 starters have a good amount of value and also look great. So we're going to put Powder and Fates and always buy. Next up, Temporal Forces. And we're going to keep it going into some cool cards. And here's Temporal Forces to show why I put it in some cool cards. First off, the best card in the set is this awesome Raging Bolt EX. Best card in the set with the most money at $76 and my favorite artwork in the set. Then you got $51, this awesome Iron Crown EX. Then you got this awesome Walking Wake SIR. Then you got a full art trainer. This cool Ghastly with some Gengar in the background, very cool illustration there. This Fire, Iron Leaves EX, going for about $27. Another full art trainer. This awesome Gengar full art trainer, Convection. Full art Gengar EX. So if a Gengar fan, there's some cool Gengars in there. Deerling, Sawbuck, Iron Boulder, Litten for all my cat fans out there. Arbok, Raging Bolt Gold, Walking Wake Gold, Little Tongue. These cards going for about $10, $8. Then some other cool illustration rares. Very, very solid set with some cool cards. And that's why I put it into some cool cards. I would say Temple Force is better than all these. So if I'll rank these in order. I'll put top of some cool cards on borderline. I'm gonna put Temple Forces and Fun Rip. Like, let's be honest, every Pokemon set is a Fun Rip. I'm just kind of ranking them on these tiers. I'm gonna put Temple Forces up to Fun Rip, and it's my tier list, so I'm putting it there. Now, next set we're going into is Twilight Masquerade, with my favorite Pokemon headlining it, the beautiful Greninja SIR. Look at this awesome Greninja special illustration rare. This card is my number one chase card. If I could pull from a pack, it'd be this awesome Greninja. If I could find a pack of Twilight Masquerade. This set is very cool. It's got this awesome Eevee illustration rare. Very, very good set. Blood Moon Ursaluna. I didn't rank it before we showcased in colors because this is one of the sets that I've been on the fence on where I'm putting it. Another Full-Art Trainer. Lana's Aid. A Mask. Buddy Puff and Gold. Besides the top end cards, awesome Chansey with a Psyduck and a Snorlax in the background. But besides that, the Greninja is a great Inferno illustration rare. Besides the Greninja, I would say the set is kind of average. But because of that awesome Greninja, and it being my favorite Pokemon, I'm going to put it in a Great Whip. Actually, I put it here beforehand. It's a Great Whip. That's what Temporal Force is. Twilight Masquerade is. Excuse me. Temporal Forces and Pow Evolve. I would just rather open Twilight Masquerade than these two sets, and that's why I'm putting them ahead. Temporal and Pow Evolve. Twilight Masquerade, I wouldn't put it in the always buy, but if we always see it, I'll buy it always when I see it. But I would say it's not quite on the level of these two because the top end cards being the awesome Greninja really carries this set hard. But I would say with having a $225 chase, it goes in Great Whip. Next up, Destin Rivals. I think this one goes into always buy. And I would honestly put it ahead of Pow Fates and maybe even 151. And here's the reason why. Or reasons why. You got Mewtwo going for $392. You got Garchomp, Cynthia's Garchomp, for $228. You got Ethan's Ho-Ho. All beautiful artwork. This awesome Mewtwo. Like, there's cards going for high-end amounts of money, which is more than most of these sets have combined of top-end chases. Then you got the Nido King EX. You got a gold Mewtwo. You got this SIR Team Rocket's Crobat. You got the swimming Misty Psyduck. And if you guys know about Destin Rivals, Ethan's Adventure SIR. Then you got illustration rares like Typhlosion, still in $42. Another gold card at $36. Team Rocket's Giovanni's $32. Like it's 32, 31 like sets. $30. They have lots of special illustration rares, regular illustration rares having good value, and some of the best artwork out there. You got this Team Rocket's Meowth. You got all these cards over $20. Houndoom illustration rare, Cynthia's Roserade. All these high-end cards that look great, holding value. Then you got this card, Blaziken illustration rare. There's so many. You got the Weezing, the Kangaskhan. Lots of forwards. You got the Team Rocket's Raticate, Rapidash, like all these great cards. And honestly, I would put Destin Rivals as the number one set ahead of 151. So I'm going always buy Destin Rivals ahead of these two. Now let's get into our next set, being Shroud of Fable. And I'm going to put Shroud of Fable controversially in don't buy. And here's why. Why I would put Shroud of Fable in don't buy, or maybe don't buy is not the correct word, but just the word I'm using for this tier list, is because the Pokemon Chase cards I really don't like. They got the Earth's Vessel going for about $50. You got this I don't know how to pronounce that. Fezadepli EX. I know, not even close to right. It's a cool design. I really like the design. It's going for around like $40. You got this basic energy gold. Then my favorite card in the set being this Persian. SIR, very cool Persian. Then you got this Full-Art Trainer. You got the Houndoom. It's probably my second favorite card in the set. It's just the value of opening this is lower than the other Pokemon set. You got the Duskull. Let's go through the rest of that. Like, there's cool cards in every Pokemon set. You got the cool Horsey, you got some full art, some other illustration rares. It's just, the Zoru. Ooh, a cool Beware. Like, it's some cool Pokemon. Every set in the Scarlet and Violet set has awesome illustration rares and stuff like that. But when you're comparing it to, even Obsidian Flames or Paradox Rift, I would rather open those sets. So I'll put it in don't buy. Next up, we're moving on to Stella Crown, and we'll put it into some cool cards. I would rather open Stella Crown than Shroud of Fable because these top chase cards like Squirtle Illustration Rare and Bulbasaur. Both of these cards are beautiful. We got the Squirtle going for $50 and playing in the pool, shooting out his water. It's awesome design. Then you got the Sleeping Bulbasaur. It's just an awesome design, going for $43. But what really hurts is that after that, then you got the Terrapegus EX. You got the Datch Bunny. Just like notable Pokemon. The Hydrapple Illustration Rare. Full Art Lacey. Garvantulas EX. Why, like, you have some cool cards, obviously, but it's just you really drop off after that. And then there's some random cool illustration rares. This Joltik's cool. This cool Lapras EX. This cool illustration rare. Just it really drops off to like $2 cards. And the best chase being $51. It's just lower than the other ones. And that's why I'm putting it into some cool cards. I think a lot of these sets, Scarlet and Violet base, I would probably put this one on the front of this, then probably go Obsidian Flames, Paradox Rift, and Scarlet and Violet base. I would say is the worst set. Like, there's just some cool cards. Honestly, I think Scarlet and Violet goes and then don't buy too. Like, it just isn't on the same level. There's like, in 2025, if you see any Pokemon cards, let's be honest, we're probably gonna buy them. I've said that throughout the video. And I'm gonna keep repeating that because this tier list is going off of every Pokemon card is like readily available and what I would buy in order. That's the reason I'd put Shroud of Fable, Scarlet and Violet, and don't buy, then some cool cards of Stella Crown, Obsidian Flames, Paradox Rift, and so on and so forth. Now we're moving into the 3 great sets here. Next up, Surging Sparks, and I'm putting it into Great Rip. And the Pikachu, this awesome Pikachu illustration rare, special illustration rare is beautiful and going for $260. Surging Sparks gives you the big chase. Then you got the Latios illustration rare at $160. They got the Miltic going for $100. Gold Pikachu at $56. The Hydra at $53. Lissa's approval going for $39. Alolan Zekidor EX going for $35. Then you got the Latios going for $24. It really drops off, but this set does give you 2 big time chases. And then you just get Pokemon cards with cool designs. Like this one and this one. Then the Gold Executor. Then you get the Latios. Clemens Quick Wit's a cool illustration rare. This is a very cool illustration rare. The Skarmory. Then you got the Pikachu EX. The Feebas. Like, it doesn't have the deepest lineup of great illustration rares. Like, every illustration rare makes every Pokemon look good. This Execute. This is approval. Then you got this cool Sylveon EX. But what makes Surging Sparks great is you got Pikachu, the best Pokemon, most popular Pokemon, most popular Pokemon out there. And it's a big chase card going for $290 at Latios. So Surging Sparks has big time chases and a very solid lineup of fun, cool design Pokemon cards. I would put it ahead of Twilight Masquerade just for the fact I think that Pikachu card is great, but Greninja card is also outstanding. And now we get to Prismatic Evolutions. And Prismatic Evolutions is going to go into... Here's the problem with Prismatic Evolutions. You always buy it when you see it. But honestly, it's not the funnest rip because the pull rates are so bad, but then you can pull a God pack. So I'm thinking I'm going to put Prismatic Evolutions in its own tier above, called Prismatic Evolutions. Because it's the set that made Pokemon truly get back into chaos, making everything hard to find. And that's the reason I'm putting it in a tier of its own. Because I wouldn't... Ahead of Awesome Whip. Ahead of Great Whip, excuse me. Ahead of Great Whip and Always Buy. I'm going to put it in between because the fact is, I always won't buy it if I see it. But I wouldn't say it's a great rip because the fact is, odds are you won't pull anything. And now let's showcase Prismatic, the awesome Umbreon. Prismatic Evolution sells itself. You can just scroll here. The Umbreon, $1,000 card. The Sylveon, $410. The Leafeon, $294. The Espeon, $290. Vaporeon, $250. $248 on the Jolteon, Glaceon, $220. Then you got the Roy Moon at $167, $145 on the Eevee. This set just keeps going. $100 card, $100 card, $90 card. Then you get Raging Bolt. Then you finally get a big drop down here in the Gold GX card. But still $67, $60. Iron going for it. There's the best artwork. If you hit any card in the set, it's going to be worth a good amount of money. Then you got the Master Balls, the Pokeballs, Prismatic Evolution. If the pull rates were just better, it'd be the best Pokemon set maybe ever, in my opinion. And you got to showcase the Umbreon going for $900. That has it up for around $1,000 card. It's the only set where you can pull a $1,000 card without being graded. And that's why Prismatic Evolutions sells itself. It's just a great set for cards. But I've opened so much of it, a lot of it on the channel too. And in upcoming videos I've opened it in. It's more exciting, I would say, to find it than actually open it, because the pull rates are so bad. And that's why I'm putting it in its own tier. If I can move this tier up. Yes, right here. Prismatic Evolutions on top of everything, because it's Prismatic Evolutions. Now we got one last set to go over. Journey Together, and then we'll showcase the black and white cards. Journey Together, I think, goes perfectly into Great Rip, and here's the reasons why. Let's quickly give you an overview of Journey Together. First off, we'll start with the big hit, Lily's Clefairy, going for about $100 to $130 on TCG Player. Salamence EX, Hop Zacian, Iona's Bellybolt, Volcanus EX. A lot of just cool cards that are going for $50 to $100. So a lot of just solid. Then you got these solid $20 cards like Iona's Bellybolt, Ends Reshiram, Articuno, Wailord. This Wailord card is such a beautiful art. To highlight one real quickly, one of my favorite cards from the set: Lily's Clefairy, a Ferret, Norbat, Iona's Bellybolt forward. Between the top end cards, the chases of the SIRs to Lily's Clefairy, I'm putting it in Great Rip. I'm going to put it behind Twilight and Surging. And this will be my final ranking. My favorite set in Scarlet and Violet goes to Destin Rivals. So I'll always buy Destin Rivals, 151 Paldea Evolved, Great Rip, Surging, Twilight, Journey, Fun Rip. We got Paldea, Temporal, Stella Crown, and some cool cards. And since the black and white set is not out yet, I'm going to just going off of some of the Japanese cards I've seen. I'm going to put it into Always Buy. It's not out yet, but let's be honest, as soon as it comes out, we're all buying it. And guys, if you got this far in the video, for me, hit that subscribe button. Or if you fast forwarded here, hit that subscribe button for me. And thank you. And we'll see you in the next Pokemon card hunt.